Now, I gotta tell you this story, and this is a fucking 100% shoot story. I'm are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Every time I look at you, I'm getting nervous.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Your eyes are just really watering up, and you just fucking look like you're ready to run out. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to stand up?
Yeah, maybe I will
You look like
stand
you're
up.
pushing yourself. So, I'm walking here today, and beautiful day, everything's going my way. So I'm walking up to the street, smoking a cigar, taking my leisurely walk to work. I got about a 20-25 minute walk to work every day, which is a great way to start your day. I hear this, help me, help me. I look over, there is a little old lady in the doorway, and she's got of this apartment building. She's got a bag and a cane, and she's like, will you help me? And I'm like, sure I will, ma'am. I come up, I take her cane, I put my arm out, and I gotta walk her down about 6 steps. I'm not kidding you, it takes me 4 minutes or so to get her down. Each step is a swerve, and I'm fucking helping her, right? And she goes like this, oh, I wish I had someone else to help me, 'cause you smoke. I go, let me put it out for you. So I put the fucking cigar out, right? And I go, how's that? Much better. So I'm like, all right, let's get you down these steps. So we're going down. It takes forever. She goes, I'm going to the right. I'm going to the right. I'm like, great. We're going to get you going to the right. I get her. We get down the last step. We're turned. We're facing the right. I hand her a cane, and she goes, now I go down to this block, and I make a left, and we go 2 more blocks to the Commerce Bank. I fucking think we go. I have to take her to the Commerce Bank now. And when I tell you we're walking, it's the tiniest little steps like this for 1 block over and 2 blocks down. And all I had the opportunity to do was to hear this evil woman's fucking ideas about humanity, this city, what is wrong with America. It was fucking hysterical. And I kept saying, like, well, you better start being nice to the people, because you're not going to have many friends. Who needs friends? In a city like this, you're better off with no friends. She was the most vicious, hysterical, mean little old lady, and got me to walk her 3 city blocks where you were literally taking baby steps.
Oh, my gosh.
I handed her over to somebody at the bank. She went on him like a sucker fish, and she's his problem now. It was a panic. I cannot believe how confident she was to be able to tell me, now this is how far we're going. How does she know what's going on in my life? So she asked me what I do. I tell her the things. She goes like this, are you a producer? I'm like, no, I'm a host. Why are you trying to take me down a peg? Hysterical. No way to get around this city. Has lived here for 52 years. Went through the whole thing. She was in apartment 3C, 4D, same building for 50 plus years. I heard every little fucking piece about it during this half-hour crawl I had with her over 3 blocks.
You turned into her grandson instantly.
Yeah, she treated me exactly like I somehow had a family obligation. So she's terrified of walking in between, like the walkways, between the sidewalks. And there's a cab on, starts to act like they want to turn, because you know how you have the turning lane when everybody walks. She starts putting her cane up. You watch it, buddy. I go, what are you going to do, man? I go, this guy will literally get out of his cab and beat the hell out of you. You better not be starting trouble with people. And I started talking to her like I was a grandson, because the whole thing just didn't matter. It was very temporary.
The people in the Commerce Bank must have been thrilled to see her come walking through the door.
I have the feeling they probably get her every afternoon. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I have a feeling that as tough as it is for her to get around, she don't give a shit. She heads her every day.
But I think old people at that age are so fearless because my grandmother was like that. When she would walk down the street, she would carry a stick so she could like scare the kids away.
This lady pushed an Indian woman in the back when the light changed. She just shoved her from behind. The woman didn't even turn around because this woman I'm helping weighed like 74 pounds. And I'm like, I even said to her, I go, you wonder why some of those black guys on TV are punching old ladies? I go, because you're a little too pushy. I feel like taking a shot at you myself. And then oddly enough, after I got her to the bank, I had to back out on the streets. I kind of missed her a little bit. It was like when you just had an annoying ache that was gone. And I'm wondering how many old, lonely people are in the world. You know, it's sad when you think about it. Why do you want to live so long that you outlive everybody? You got nobody to help you go to the bank? That's no way to go.
It's gotta be a sad existence like that. And she's probably looking for someone every day as she's coming down the steps of her building.
The guy at the bank that I handed her over to, she just immediately was dependent upon him, which made me somewhat a little jealous as I was standing there watching the two of them, because I'm like, he's walking around a little too fast. She doesn't really like to go that quick. Karen, you're on a Fez.
Ron, I am on my way to get my grandma into a convalescent center. She's exactly like this old lady. I have the family obligation, but I want to smash her fucking head in.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, she's sweet. I love her. She's called me 3 times a day. She's got pills all over the fucking house.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with her.
It's really funny, though, like with a really old person, particularly an older lady and a baby, that how much they can dominate healthy adults. You know what I mean? Like,
she's got another guy that helps take care of her.
Yeah.
She won't let him drive the car because he's not a good driver. He's gay.
Right. Well, I understand that.
This is the rationale you have to deal with.
Yeah. It's really funny when you see old people and that you find out what kind of prejudice that they have, too. They're phenomenally prejudiced.
God.
She can't have the colored people come take care of her now.
Yeah, they do love the term colored people. How's your grandmother?
She was so racist, but she didn't speak English, so it just sounded so much more funnier when she spoke Albanian.
Yeah.
It's just the phrasing just sounds so much better in a different language, but she was vicious. Wow.
I had a grandmother that every time, I was 100% that there would be an attractive black woman on TV, my grandmother would say, she has white in her. Without even she goes, she definitely does. She has white in her. And I go, what makes you say that? She goes, she's just very pretty. And I'm being like, you think all white people are pretty? Because they're not.
My grandmother used to say the exact same thing. It's hysterical.
She was obsessed with knowing the genetic makeup of anyone who was singing on Merv Griffin. She wanted to know their DNA strands so she would know where their genes came from. Oh, God, Lena Horne, she could speak for hours about the white blood that was pumping through Lena Horne's body. It is very, very strange, though, that you see these people that are so much... I mean, I can't imagine that I would stop for a stranger and give them what turned out to be like 20, 25 minutes of my life to somebody who did not even have it in them to say thank you, but I could not leave this old lady alone either. And I was thinking, I'll call Earl, we'll throw on a Yes album, you know what I mean? I know Fez doesn't want to come popping in, but I felt like I had this thing that the universe handed me. I couldn't leave this old lady alone.
It's weird because as ornery as she is, still helpless on the other side of it. It's a very bizarre combo.
She's completely helpless, and the fact that you're saying ornery, it's the same way you feel like when a baby is bad. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But I do talk. I was saying stuff like, "Hey, you're not going to make any friends with that attitude, are you? You're not going to have a lot of people in your life." Just talking to her like I was a grandson, because I might as well have been. I might, it's very, it's almost impossible to like blame them when they're that old. The same way that you can't blame a baby. Brian, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, what do you say, Ronnie?
Hey.
My father is the exact same way. He blames all the Eagles' problems on Donovan McNabb and thinks they should have kept Jeff Garcia and got rid of McNabb because, you know why.
Yeah. I had an uncle that, he's my godfather as well. And at Phillies games as a kid, I would hear him yell out the N-word. Now, you got to remember, these guys are my heroes, right? So to hear some of these players get called the N-word was really crushing to me, particularly in public when you're a little kid. You don't wish to have anybody turn around and look at you. He is what he is, though. You can't pick family. David, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Ron. Hey, guys. Fezzy. Yeah. Hey, I had the same situation this past weekend with my grandmother. She's too proud for a walker, won't have nothing to do with it, but I helped her out of this wedding. You know, she's so feeble, takes, like you said, 4 hours to get down the steps. But just motherfucking everybody in the wedding. Just how they looked, how they were standing. Just miserable.
Yeah, they will also point out who's fat, old people. They will go out of their way to tell you someone has a fat cousin or a nephew.